There's just so many variables in the role in terms of the quality of the lead, how many of them pick up, how many no-shows, all of those different things. Some level of scientific consistency based on how many dials that you need to get in order to do that. But the only factor that we can control is the dials. There's nothing else that we can control. So that's why you want to use that as like the baseline of the activity, because that sets the tempo of everything. And that's going to give you the most accurate determination of the activity that's going to require. So that's okay if it's nowhere near as many dials as other people. That's not what we're trying to do here, right? It's not comparing you to anyone else. It's finding out what does it take for Blake to get that amount of props out. So you go away and figure out what that is, and you use that every day and every week as your thing. As I know that based on the numbers of an entire year, this is how many dials I need to do in order to do a deal. So it's as simple as that. Like when I was on the phones and I was cold calling, I knew I had to basically make 20 cold calls in order to get one proposal out. Right? And my goal was to get out 5 proposals every single day. So I was making 100 to 150 cold calls to get my 5 props out, and I would not stop calling until I got 5 proposals out, no matter what. And like there would be times where I'd make 20 phone calls and I wouldn't get to do any pitches. But the law of averages, it took me 20 calls to get a proposal out. So figure that out, because that's the thing that's going to really, like when you look at every day, and it's like if you have a rough day or a rough morning or you're feeling really good, just know that that's just before you go to bed at night, you pretty much have to have those numbers to be on track. It just may work out that you need to make more calls on average to close. And I'm not saying don't focus on bettering yourself as a closer. You definitely should. Either I look at like my career as a salesperson, like I always made the highest amount of calls and I closed the highest amount, right? That was the way that I was able to just to smoke everyone, is because I would look at those things. I definitely think that's the right area of focus, because with the dials that you make, like you're not going to be able to like double your dials, right? And that's not going to be like the best area of focus. But I think is one, the yeses that you do get is making sure that you aren't leaving any money on the table, so to speak, and you're getting, you know, a price that is a fair representative of the value that we're going to bring to that relationship. And it's also going to allow you to better serve that prospect and that client, because you're giving them like a high price and there's going to be enough meat in it to get them a really, really good result. So yeah, I think that if you focus on that, along with your closing, because for you, if you had like a 1 or a 2% increase in your closing rate, that's going to be a dramatic and a disproportionate output, right? Because you've already got the baseline of the calls there. So if you get like a small little improvement on the closing, that's going to, or on the price of the average price per deal, your outcome is going to be ridiculously different. You've obviously got, you know how many calls that you need to make on average to get a prop out, but then also muck around with the numbers a little bit and just say, okay, what if I had a better close rate on this dial to get a prop out, and see what that looks like, but you still want to be using that as the baseline. Hey guys, if you enjoyed this video, make sure that you click the like button and subscribe. We're dropping a video on YouTube every other day. And if you've got any questions about any of the content that I covered in this video, just basically leave a comment with hashtag heysabri in the comment section. And every week we're also trying to go through all those questions and get them answered. So go ahead, click subscribe, and we'll see you in the next video.